Our next guest is committed to helping organizations find their true north. She's a seasoned leader who can help reignite engagement and drive business growth. Karen Gilhooly joins me now. She's the founder and managing partner of True North Collaboration. Welcome, Karen.
Hi, good to see you.
Oh, it's great to have you in this morning. So talk to us about the True North Collaboration.
Well, it's a firm that I developed roughly about a year ago to help organizations understand the importance of having a workforce that really loves what they do. And that sounds like a silly thing, but when you think about it, the statistics show us that less than a third of America's workforce is actually engaged in loving what they do. That leaves 2/3 who are either asleep at the wheel or really not liking what they do at all.
Absolutely. You're 100% correct. Now, talk to us a little bit about the inspiration behind it. Where did you say, there's a need for something like this here?
Yeah, well, after quite a long time, I'm not going to say how long, but after a substantial amount of time in the workplace myself, managing teams, leading teams, and seeing the impact of what happens when you have people who are actually in the moment and folks who are not in the moment, there was a clear need for me to say in this next chapter of my life that I wanted to help companies really figure out how to make more of the people that work for them.
Now talk to us a little bit about those processes. How are you helping companies?
So it's a variety of things, but mostly there are three things that we think about. The first has to do with helping organizations communicate better. Now I know that sounds kind of crazy. We're on a talk show right now. We're talking right now. But in the workplace, people have a tendency to move into what I call an organizational shorthand, where there's an assumption that on both sides people know what they're talking about. But the reality is that one person might be saying this, another person is saying that, and in here in the middle is where the challenge comes. So helping people sharpen those communication skills is one of the things. And then secondly, bringing a sense of creativity to the table, figuring out how you solve problems together. When you're in a workplace environment, the problem isn't always solved by the manager or the leader. Sometimes it comes from the front line, and giving people an opportunity to use their voice to bring some of those creative ideas to the table is really important.
Yeah, absolutely. So talk to us about the differences you've seen when those sort of practices are applied and you have more engagement from employees, employers, sort of working together collaboratively.
Well, the first thing is that people like going to work. So, I mean, that's a huge indicator when you have people who are showing up, they're bright, they're fresh, they're ready to go, as opposed to folks who are just kind of rolling in the door and watching the clock from the moment that they step in to the moment that they go home. That's really not the type of workplace that you want. So to find ways to challenge people, to give them an opportunity to use some of their talents and their gifts, I think that's really the most wonderful thing that you can do. And that's what True North is about, is finding ways to help leaders and managers intersect with their employees and bring them together in this way that everybody gets to do their best work.
Absolutely, because you really should want to love what you're doing, right?
It shouldn't be a four-letter word. Work should not be a four-letter word in that regard. It should be one that expresses love and anticipation and joy, excitement. My definition for work is a joyful expression of who you are.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Talk to us before we go about some of those core practices and principles that True North has.
Okay, so the first, as I mentioned earlier, really has to do with communication. Saying what you mean what you say, hold each other accountable in a nice way, give each other the benefit of the doubt when things go wrong. Secondly, the behaviors. To make sure that there is a sense of teamwork and collaboration in the workplace, finding an opportunity to take that person that might be sitting to the side, on either side, and bringing them to the table and giving them a chance to engage. And then last but not least, finding the opportunity to have fun. Because when you have fun at work, there's no stopping it.
Oh yeah, well Karen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's
You're
been
welcome.
Wonderful talking with you.
Yeah, thank you.
To learn more about how True North Collaboration can help you and your organization, visit truenorthcollab.com.